You know, when you look at an alphabet, you probably just think of it as a tool, right? Just a way to get words on a page. But what if it's way more than that? What if it's actually a code, a blueprint for poetry, even a system of philosophy? Well, that's exactly what we're going to dive into today, the incredible hidden layers of the Hebrew alphabet. So check out this quote from Rabbi Yitzhak of Vorky. It's kind of our starting point. When he says there's an end to the alphabet, he's not just talking about running out of letters. He's hinting at something much deeper, that the alphabet is a complete, finished system. It's a container for meaning. And honestly, that one idea is the key that's going to unlock everything we're about to explore. And hey, you'll probably notice our visuals have this, I don't know, futuristic kind of digital vibe. That's totally on purpose. We're approaching this ancient language like it's a sophisticated computer code, so the look and feel are designed to match that. All right, so let's get into it. It's time to start peeling back those layers one by one, going from what you can see right on the surface to the stuff that's hidden deep inside. Because that's the thing, isn't it? An alphabet, especially this one, isn't just for writing. It's so much more. It can be a framework for incredible art, a guide for structuring poetry, and even a secret numerical system. Okay, so layer one, the most basic, fundamental layer, the visual form. Let's just talk about what the Hebrew alphabet actually looks like on the page. Now, the very first thing you'd notice if you saw it written down is the direction. In English, we go left to right, but Hebrew, it's written from right to left. And that simple, kind of mind-bending change is our very first clue that we're dealing with a totally different way of thinking. And here are just a few of the building blocks themselves. You've got Aleph, which is the very first letter, all the way to Tav, the very last. These shapes, these characters, they're the foundation. Everything else, all the more complex stuff we're about to get into, is built right on top of them. Okay, so we've seen the shapes, but now let's dig into the second layer, the order of the letters. See, the alphabet isn't just some random list. It's an actual structure, a blueprint you can use to build entire, beautiful works of literature. And the main way they did this? It's called an alphabetic acrostic. It sounds complicated, but it's a really cool idea. It's basically a poem where the first line starts with the first letter of the alphabet, the second line starts with the second letter, and so on, all the way through. It's like using the alphabet as the skeleton for the poem. So you might be thinking, why would anyone do that? Is it just a gimmick? Not at all. Acrostics were actually brilliant. For one, they made it way easier to memorize long poems and prayers. They also give you this feeling of completeness, like you've covered a topic from A to Z, or, well, from Aleph to Tav. And yeah, let's be honest, it was also a great way for a poet to show off just how skillful they were. And if you want a perfect example of this in action, look no further than Psalm 119. It's probably the most famous one. The first 8 verses, they all start with the letter Aleph. The next 8 verses, they all start with Beit. And it just keeps going all the way through all 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. I mean, it is an absolutely incredible piece of literary construction. All right, let's go even deeper. We're at our third and final layer now. And this is where the alphabet really becomes a true honest-to-goodness code. So far, we've seen letters as shapes, and we've seen them as a structure for poetry. But what if? What if every single letter was also a number? This idea has a name. It's called Gematria. And it's basically a system where every Hebrew letter is giving a specific number value. So you can take a word, add up the values of its letters, and get a total. And the really cool part is when you find two completely different words that just happen to add up to the exact same number. That's when you start to uncover these hidden connections. So this table right here, this is basically our Gematria decoder key. You can see Aleph has a value of 1, Bet is 2, Gimel is 3, and the values keep going up. This simple key is what unlocks a whole new dimension, a whole other layer of meaning in the text. Okay, so let's see how this actually works with a real example. In some traditions, the biblical enemy named Amalek is seen as a symbol for a specific kind of crippling, irrational doubt. Now here's the crazy part. If you take the Hebrew letters for the name Amalek and add up their Gematria values, you get 240. Okay, hold that number. Now you take the Hebrew word for doubt, which is safek, you add up its letters, and what do you get? Yep, 240. Exactly the same. For ancient interpreters, that's just no way is that a coincidence. It's like a hidden clue, a numerical link, confirming this deep philosophical idea that the spiritual struggle against doubt is literally encoded right there in the name of this enemy. Now, it's really important to understand how this was used. The ancient sources describe Gematria as one of the condiments of wisdom. I love that. It's not the main meal, right? It's not used to create new laws or rules. It's the spice. It adds flavor, it adds depth. It helps you see these little hints and connections that you might have missed otherwise. It's a tool for uncovering the richness that's already packed into the text. So there you have it. We've seen how this one alphabet can operate on so many different levels. It transforms from just, simple text on a page into this incredibly complex system of meaning. Let's recap our journey through these three layers, right? We started with the visual form, the actual shapes of the letters and how they're written. Then we moved to the structural order, seeing how the alphabet itself can be a blueprint for poetry. And finally, we uncovered the numerical value, where letters become numbers and reveal these hidden connections. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? I think it's that an alphabet can be an astonishingly profound tool. It shows us that the very systems we use to communicate every day can contain these incredible layers of complexity, art, and philosophy, way beyond what we just see on the surface. And that really leaves us with one final big question to chew on. After seeing just how much can be encoded into a single alphabet, it kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What hidden codes? What secret patterns, what deeper meanings are just sitting there, waiting to be discovered in the languages that we all use every single day?